when you're sort of like trapped in a way, so you can sometimes be forced to deal with yourself, and sometimes some good sort of artistic stuff can come from that. So I miss that aspect, but I also, obviously, it's nice to be able to actually meet up with people again and do stuff properly.
Yeah, honestly, like I don't think Fractals would have been the same had I been in more contact with people. Because it's such an insular vibe.
Yeah, and it comes across. I mean, I was thinking about that. I was thinking it's interesting how and impressive really that you managed to kind of, with the restrictions, kind of turn that into, the whole kind of feeling of the film is that kind of, sort of handheld almost, just going with it and very naturalistic kind of outcome, which I feel probably, I mean, I don't know how you had it planned initially, but I'd imagine that it had some part to do with the fact that you had that limitation of,
Yeah,
you know.
well, the handheld look. So I love that look, and I've been trying to make it work for my own aesthetic for years, like more than 20 years at this point.
Yeah.
And and more, it's starting to fit into what I do. It doesn't work for everything I do, but it's gotten to a point where like I've had clients who recognize my work simply by the way that I hold the camera. Like it's super weird getting an email from a client like, "Hey, I saw this thing in an ad, and I think you might have shot it." I'm like, "Yeah, I did shoot it." I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing because I don't use like steady cams or glide cams or like everything is just natural as much as possible. And I think that kind of that feeds into sort of that vibe you were just describing. But also, like, when we first started shooting the movie, it was a different cast and nothing got locked down. We weren't sure what was happening in
Hmm.
China. We shot for 4 days and it looked more like a mainstream movie.
Hmm.
Like, I haven't shown you any of that footage, but it
That'd
looked
be
more
very
like,
interesting.
yeah. Well, I'll probably put it up as a special feature at some point, but hold on, I'm getting a Zoom notification that we're supposed to
Sure.
talk. Um, but like the lighting was better, it was cleaner. I took a lot
Hmm.
more time, kind of, the highlights and all the background lighting, and it
Hmm.
just looked like a movie. Whereas
Yeah, yeah,
mine looks like an art house film at this point. And so
yeah.
it's just like what you would expect to see from, I don't know, a $300,000 feature film versus a no budget film, right?
Hmm.
It's basically the difference.